Good evening. This is CTV News for Wednesday, March 30th. I'm Denise Douglas. Thank you for joining us this evening. Metro officials are promising to step up efforts to improve the transit system. General Manager Paul Wiedefeld, government officials, and community leaders held a brainstorming session to discuss performance challenges, trends in transportation, and more. Metro has repeatedly come under fire for safety and other issues. Most recently, the criticism was aimed at its decision to shut down all 91 rail stations for an entire day to address system-wide problems. Wiedefeld says his goal is to restore the agency to a world-class level.
First thing I heard, remember we had 100 of the top leaders in the region here, which is fantastic, across the board, from elected officials to community leaders to business leaders. And one of the big things I heard was that we obviously have to be held accountable, and we are accountable. But more importantly, there's other players here that need to step to the plate, and they have a role to play. So I thought that was very encouraging, that people recognized that, they accepted that, and they're willing to do it.
Today's event was sponsored by the Metropolitan Washington Council of Governments as well as the Greater Board of Trade. All righty, a candlelight vigil will take place tonight in the district for a 15-year-old killed at a Metro stop. D.C. Metropolitan Police say Devontae Washington was sitting on a platform bench Sunday when 17-year-old Maurice Bellamy of Southeast fatally shot him in front of his mother and younger sisters. Investigators say there was no motive. Washington attended Largo High School in Prince George's. Metro Transit Police say the suspect was quickly arrested thanks to surveillance video.
There have been several high-profile events, and I'm pleased to report that through that CCTV, through the resources this region has invested in Metro, we've closed all those cases almost immediately. And today's another example where that technology helped us. You know, it's law enforcement plays a role, the community plays a role, technology plays a role, and the citizens of the nation's capital play a role.
Bellamy has been charged with second-degree murder and will be tried as an adult. His next court date appearance is scheduled for April 22nd. Tonight's vigil for the victim will take place at the Deanwood Metro Station beginning at 7 o'clock. A brazen robbery puts a man in a hospital, and the attack is caught on camera. Now police are hoping the public can help identify the suspects. Around 10 a.m. on March 9th, the victim was walking in the parking lot at Iverson Mall when a group of individuals approached him, took his possessions, and knocked him unconscious.
It's important for us to get the message to the community. This isn't tolerated anywhere, but especially at a mall where people take their families, people go to shop and want to relax and have a good time. They shouldn't be subjugated to such horrendous violence, whether they're the victim or someone who sees it. We're looking for the rest. We're not identifying the ones we've got so far, but there's obviously more outstanding. You can see in the video what a cowardly and aggressive act this is, and we're not going to stop till we find all of the individuals involved.
The victim has been released from the hospital. Anyone with information on the individuals on that video, call the Anonymous Crime Solvers hotline at 1-866-411-TIPS. And as we reported yesterday, canine patrols have increased at the Prince George's Courthouse following the Capitol Hill shooting incident on Monday. Security is an everyday concern for the Sheriff's Office, which is responsible for maintaining public safety for all district and court cases. Officials say back in 2013, deputies conducted an active shooter drill that led to policy changes. Now employees at the courthouse go through regular training on how to respond to high-risk situations.
We spend about an hour going through just the basic repetition of what to do what to do in a fire emergency, where to go, where to stage, how we can account for you, what to do if we had an active assailant or an active shooter, how to shelter in place, and any little thing that happens in between. To the slightest, how do you tell the sheriff if you see something that is suspicious to you? So we cover it all with the employees in a very simplified hour-long program.
Since January, about 500 workers at the courthouse have gone through the training. Turning to Annapolis, Maryland lawmakers approve a $42 billion operating budget for fiscal year 2017. The budget includes $19 million to help local governments and teacher pensions and money for drug treatment. It also holds college tuition increases to 2% and creates a $5 million scholarship fund for non-public schools based on need. State police will get pay raises, and other law enforcement officials and employees will get merit increases. The measure now goes to the governor for his signature. You're watching CTV News. I'm Denise Douglas.